guys, welcome to Against United, welcome to another video. And right now it's time to talk about the Barcelona team that the players and that the board are looking to build. And this is more like in terms of the rumors that I've seen. Like if I gather all the rumors together, this is pretty much what the squad will look like. And well, what you're seeing in your screen right now, Ter Stegen in net with Neto as the backup. At right back we have Emerson, Sergio Roberto as the backup, Piqué and Umtiti as starters, with Todibo and Lenglet as the backups. Then we have Jordi Alba and Junior Firpo as the left backs. In midfield we have a starting trio of Sergio Busquets, Artur and Frenkie de Jong. And in the midfield as the backups we're going to have Mateus Fernandes, currently on loan at Real Valladolid, Fabian Ruiz and Ricky Puig. And our forwards, it would be Messi, Suarez and Neymar, with the backups being Francisco Trincao, Ansu Fati and Lautaro Martinez. Alright, so where am I getting this idea that this is what the squad wants and what the board wants? Well, we know that the squad likes Neymar, and we saw how Barcelona went after Neymar last season, and we know that Lautaro, for all the rumors that have been circling around, he is probably the first option that Barcelona have on hand with getting Lautaro out of Inter for next season. I've been also hearing a lot about Fabian Ruiz, his connection with somewhat with Quique Setién, and like that he will be like a perfect profile for a Barcelona midfielder, this and that. And the Emerson signing, who it's not clear whether he can go to Barcelona in 2020, but regardless, it would be if Barcelona have to pay extra for him, they'll probably do that. And you might be asking, well, only Lautaro and Neymar, that's about 300 million euros. Where are you getting that money? Where's Barcelona getting that money? They don't have that money to sign those kind of players. And well, the thing is that they do, because what I'm going to show you here is how Barcelona actually has the money to pull all of this off perfectly fine. And they would do that by Neymar cost about 180 million euros. That's what the release clause that FIFA will give the player after 3 years. We are renewing at Paris Saint-Germain. They will give him a release cost of 180 million euros. Fabian Ruiz is going to have a price of about 60 to 80 million euros. Let's put 80. And let's say that we have to pay a total of 20 million, like whatever you have to pay, 6 million plus a penalty for bringing him in 1 season early, about 20 million euros. So let's say that, in all between 280 to 300 million euros. And you might be asking, well, what about Lautaro Martinez? He also costs money. Well, the thing is that there has been rumors past couple of weeks about that Inter are looking for a striker. They're looking for a new forward. And I think actually that the rumor that was circling around, I didn't, believe it at the time, but now it seems very, it could seem like true, and it makes a lot of sense. And that is having a swap deal between Lautaro Martinez and Griezmann. Because you might be asking, like, well, Griezmann is worse than Lautaro. Why would Inter do that? Well, for one, the player has a 111 million release clause for 2 weeks. For the first 2 weeks of June, the player has a 111 million release clause. And Griezmann, I think, would actually suit better Conte than Lautaro. I think Griezmann has been at his best always when he has a target man next to him, and that will be Lukaku. And I think that he will be fantastic for Serie A. Like, you get to age better at Serie A. I think that his play will be a lot more concise. He will be like the star player. He will feel important again, something that at Barcelona he's been struggling of late. And I could see this being a thing. I think that Griezmann about holds that value of about 100 to 111, maybe 90 million euros. So I think that a swap deal could be in the cards and would be very realistic for all parties in accordance. And then to get the money that we need for those players, we're gonna make the sales of Dembele for 80 million euros, Coutinho for 80, Rakitic 15, Vidal 15, Semedo 50, Rafinha 10, Abel Ruiz we're gonna get 10 from Braga, Carles Perez 15 from Roma, Cucurella for 5 million euros that Getafe are probably gonna pay. It's about 5-6 million euros, something like that. Braithwaite, we can probably get him out for 10 million euros. Aleñá, for his youth and depends on how well he does at Betis, probably could get him out for 15 million euros. And Musa Bagay, 5 million euros, and has been doing actually pretty well in Nice, so they might pay that 10 million up front. So all in all, about, in estimation, it will be about 310 million euros that Barcelona get from these sales. And at the minimum, Barcelona, like, the cost of all these signings will be about 280-300 million euros. Barcelona can perfectly do this. And then let's look at the squad. Does the squad look competitive enough? If I have to be honest with you, it looks fine. It looks alright for the time being. Like, if this was the squad for next season, you know, it's not what I would do. I'm not saying that I would go for this. But it has, I can see that it has some balance. Like, this, you have like the center backs, you have 4 good quality center backs, your full backs are, you know, good. Emerson and Alba as the starters, Roberto and Firpo as the players that are gonna try to earn the spot. You have a balanced midfield in Busquets, it's gonna play pretty much everything. De Jong and Artur, Fabian Ruiz as that first backup, and then Mateus Fernandes and Ricky Puig will be trying to get into the team slowly and progressively with a decent amount of minutes. Then you're gonna have your MSN lineup with Suarez admitting that he needs to rotate with Lautaro. Trincao, I think he'll be okay with playing, like, you know, 20% of the games of the season. That's exactly what Messi's probably going to be resting for next season if no injuries happen. And Neymar and Fati could rotate as well. So there, it feels like there's nice rotation, that everyone would be happy with the amount of minutes that they will be getting. But the problem now, and the big problem that it lies, is that this team, it would play just as bad as the one that we have right now, even with Setien having more time to develop the philosophy, the identity of this team. Well, this is not a team that can press high of the pitch, because you have Messi, Suarez and Neymar, and Messi doesn't press high of the pitch, Suarez doesn't do it as effective as he used to, and Neymar doesn't press high up the pitch anymore. With that midfield, Artur and De Jong, they are not the best defensive contributors. Therefore, if you have Artur, De Jong, Messi, Suarez and Neymar that are not specifically designed to help you in the press, to be intense, you're leaving all of that responsibility to Sergio Busquets, you're going to burn him, and that's not going to be effective throughout the game. Therefore, we have a team that its first responsibility once we lose the ball is not able to do it. We cannot press high up. In terms of balancing the possession, well, it's going to be difficult because you're going to have those 3 players, and we saw it in the 16-17 season how Messi, Suarez and Neymar were pretty much just standing in that last third of the pitch, waiting for the midfielders to bring them the ball to them. If not, there was no movement from them, and that is a problem for Barcelona because we need all the players moving. And we can make an exception for Messi because he's Messi, but everyone else needs to be moving. And having players that are not going to be helping you progress together as a team, it's a problem. Also, considering that this is a squad that pretty much the team right now is building. The current set of players is building this team. Like so Messi, Suarez, Piqué, they will love Neymar to come. Messi will probably like Lautaro to come in. You know, things like that. And I cannot agree with this. It's not okay because you're building a squad and you don't even know if Setien is going to be here next season. Because if Setien doesn't win anything this season, if the season finishes, then probably Koeman is going to come in and we'll see what happens. It's like throwing a coin toss and see 50-50 depending. It could go well, it could go wrong. Maybe the players are going to be committed because now they have no excuse. They brought themselves Neymar, but if it doesn't work out, it could be a disaster. Like, there's a lot of things that could go wrong with this. Also, you're increasing the wages like you have no idea. Bringing in Neymar also brings back having to pay about 35 million euros a season. Lautaro's gonna earn a lot. Fabian Ruiz is gonna earn a lot. Therefore, like, we already use about 80% of the money that the club generates a season. The revenue that we generate a season, 80% of that goes to player wages. That is a lot of money to be put in on player wages. You increase that with Neymar, you're absolutely insane. Like, this is the perfect way to destroy Barcelona, and this is why I will never be okay with bringing back Neymar. For what he did, for the reason that tactically it doesn't suit Barcelona, and because economically it was a disaster. He's no value for money. Neymar is a great player, but he's not worth what it would take to bring him back to Barcelona. Now, we're saying done. Is there better things that could happen with the squad? Is the squad realistic? Yes, it is. But because it's realistic doesn't mean it's good enough, or it's good at all as a project. I think the most important thing is to get elections 2020-21. Let's see what we can do for next season. Let's try to bring people that know how to build a proper squad. Allow the sporting directors to do their job. Bring people that you trust to build a good squad. Just like Chiqui and Guardiola did, that they built a good squad without spending massive amount of money. They spend money in places where they needed them. In the other places, they use the B players. They use La Masia. They use the youth. Instead of signing Fabian Ruiz, give the opportunity to Aleñá. Instead of, buying Neymar, you already have Dembélé. He's younger. He is hungry for titles. Most of these players, Piqué, Roberto, Umtiti, Alba, Busquets, Messi, Suarez, Neymar, they've won it all. Like, they've won a lot of trophies. They're not hungry for titles. They're in their latter stages of their career. So what hunger are you gonna expect from these players when they're already at the back end of their career, and you're kicking out the likes of Dembélé, the likes of you're making a problem for Riqui Puig, for Ansu Fati, for Trincao, for Lautaro, for all the young players that you need to give them opportunities. You're not gonna be able to give them opportunities because Neymar, Suarez, Messi, Piqué, they're gonna want to play it all, and it's gonna become a problem again and again and again. But anyways, we're done. Leave me your opinions about this team. Would you like this team to happen? Is there any improvements would you like to do with it? Would you like to bring back Neymar to Barcelona? Leave me all your opinions in the comment section below. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next one, Blaugranas.